Hello and welcome everyone to this week's episode of Dragonfable. Today we are going to be taking on the latter part of the Maleurous saga. I don't think that we will get quite far, but we will be able to make some progress. Also, this week, as it is the start of a new month, there are new trinkets and new aesthetic items. So, we have the fancy witch hat, which is the first hat that will actually keep your current hairstyle without overriding it. The Bloodfarer outfit has returned with its cape and its visage, as well as the Scythe of the Unhallowed. Furthermore, there is a trinket that allows you to get a radiant shimmer, empowering yourself at the cost of avoidance. As you might also see, we have access to the Muggloween storybook, and the UI has changed to include the Muggloween look. Furthermore, the Chrono Z class from last week has got its final upgrades done, and I will show it off at the end of this episode. At the end of this stream, really. And I would like to thank Timber T Slayer and Talhazuber for following. We are only 5 items away, 5 followers away from the from 50 followers, at which point I might just start up a new series. Now then, let's take a look at what's next on our storyline. We have completed Mr. Nameless last week, and now we are here within the archive. The first quest is the Lucky Undead.
Wow, I can't believe you saved all 3 dogs from the well, and before lunchtime too. That's amazing, Jaina.
What can I say? It's all in a day's work.
Ahem. And then you saved that poor bird from a birdhouse fire. You're incredible. Right? I'm so proud of her. Ahem. Falconry sure is lucky to have you, Jaina. Excuse me! Oh, hiya, Sorbeck. Shut it, Pipsqueak. I'm here to talk to the one here who gets things done. Jaina, I need your help.
I'm sorry? I don't think I heard that correctly. What did you say?
Look, the Guardians finally kicked me out of that stupid tower. Something about not paying rent and eating too many people's lunches. And I need your help.
Remind me why I should help you? Aren't you always trying to take over Falcon Reach? Really, I'm surprised it took this long for the Guardians to give you the boot.
No, it's not like that. Not this time at least. I need a home.
Well, there's plenty housing being built here in Falcon Reach. Maybe we can...
Yeah, I need a home. Not a thatched fire hazard.
Actually, well, thatched. The foundations are made of stone, from stone, I'm sure.
I need a palace. A structure worthy of my evilness. A glorious construction. One to rival that stupid, ugly, cold-breathy sorry excuse that the Guardians call a tower.
I suppose it can't hurt to dream, I suppose. But again, why would I help you? I don't know anything about construction, or where to find such an elegant abode. And if I found one, I don't think I would kick out its previous owners for you either.
Eh? No, I don't trust your taste in architecture. You're going to help me fund it.
I think some assumptions are being made here.
I have a flawless 4-step plan. Step 1. Create an undead army to... here we go again. As I was saying! Step 1. Create an undead army to help ethically source the materials needed for construction. Step 2. Build the castle. Step 4. Learn how to count.
And where do I come into this?
Right, I nearly forgot. You see, undead are notoriously unlucky. If I send an unlucky army out to build my castle, who knows where they will get their materials from? It would be a shame if they tore down people's houses because they couldn't find anything else, right? I need you to help me solve that little luck problem.
What I'm getting here is that you're threatening to destroy Falcon Reach with an undead army unless I help you.
Now you're just twisting my words.
Okay, let's suppose I agree to help you. How am I going to help?
I've done my research. I need the bones of the legendary Golden Luck Dragon.
I've never heard of a legendary Golden Luck Dragon before.
That's because any knowledge that manages to fall into one of your massive ears gets right out of the other. And don't worry, Jaina, you won't have to find it.
That's certainly a relief, I think.
You just have to find its graveside, dig up a few ribs, and bring them back to me.
Ow.
I don't need the whole thing. I'm not greedy. If I can incorporate the lucky bones into my undead, they'll become lucky. And then they won't accidentally dig up some of these huts for stone.
Let's see. Fighting off an undead army or defiling a grave of a mythical dragon that may or may not exist. What do you think, Fluffy?
I've never heard of this Golden Luck Dragon either. But if it's dead, I'm sure it won't care about us using its bones for a good cause. I don't trust the chubby blue one though. What if it's a trap?
Fluffy seems to think we can help, but brings up a good point. How do we know that once you leave you won't summon an undead army and try to destroy Falcon Reach?
I didn't even think about that. That would certainly save a lot of trouble. But now, I'm trying to do this the right way.
What if you give me your staff to hold while Jaina is off doing her thing?
What? No! Out of the questions! Your grubby little paws will tarnish it! Or what if you break it, or...
I think it's a good idea. That way I won't have to worry about you while I'm away. I can focus on getting the job done quickly.
Yeah. Fine. But if this red ball of fur damages my stuff in any way...
Hey, check out my life. And yeah, I do have a dragon amulet. So, yeah, as you can see, I'm doing this. I just lost my voice doing Zorbek voice.
I won't. Mucklin Salmer. Very well. Now, to business. I've tracked the possible gravesite to a long-forgotten swamp hidden in the mountains of Romark. Here are some directions.
So, yes, I do have a dragon amulet. And I have Doom Knight as well. I have a bunch of I have all of the DC classes over on my other account. But this is the account I'm using to play through the story for the streams. So, glad to see you here. And I hope you enjoy your time here. Cool, man. Thank you. Thanks a lot. I need to change my element. Because one of the few things I have bought with Dragon Coins on this account is this weapon. Because it is really nice to have access to all of the primary elements. And since I have a poison DOT and not an actual DOT, I'm stuck with using those. Let's see what this wisp has though. Just a light weakness. A light weakness. Luckily this class is actually pretty good at doing this sort of thing. A Thistlock and 2 slimes. Oh, the threat they pose. Oh, the threat they pose is so great that you wouldn't even know if it bit you. I was quite happy when this was released to see the Thistlock again though, because that one wasn't seen since the very start of book 1, which I thought was quite a waste of a pretty good design. And here we have an unfortunate return of the Minx Fairy. Which means that we're going to stunt things again. Or apparently insta-kill them. That's also an option, I guess. And the Thistlock. Do you want to eat these huge, unidentified, totally safe mushrooms? No, not yet. But when I either get low on health or on mana, let's go ahead and use it, really. Oh. One more viewer. That's already more than normal. So yeah, these designs, I really love the designs of this area. And I think that if the Brawl Merc areas ever get a redesign or a release during the Book 3 storyline, I would love it if they would use this color scheme. And this soundtrack as well, because I really, really like this soundtrack. It would also help because of the fact that these enemies are rather more weak than the ones, or rather less specialized than the ones we face in the book 1 and 2 Brawlmerk, which is where I spent most of my time because I was grinding out the stuff needed for both the upgrades for the Death Knight armor, which I finally completed just a couple of days ago. I finally got the last Relic Zeklam item. And yeah, this is... I've spent far too long over there. And I am very happy that I never need to go there again. Or well, until I want to attempt the insane challenge that comes from facing off against all those enemies lots of times so that you have every of Doom and of Destiny weapon. I am not looking forward to that. Luckily, I won't have to do that grind all alone. Let's change into fire, stealth, and then we can go ahead and face these where they are the weakest. Well, most of them at least. One Thistlock down, well, almost. The slime and the wisp will go ahead and go down with wild daggers. And that one is almost down as well. Then let's go ahead and grab a heal, because we need that, unfortunately. But it's better to do this than to use our potions, because the potions we can use in combat. Huh. Your stomach feels funny, but you're fully healed. For now. And so we ate more random mushrooms that we saw somewhere in the forest. Or in this case, in a peculiarly colored marsh. Now then, let's see if this will be enough to take out. It probably would have been if... No, it wouldn't have been if we were light. Because that's a 10% damage increase. This is our objective. So of course, we're not going there instantly. No. We are first going to stun this poor fairy. And then obliterate it. And let's see what we can find over here. Ah, standing in this stone circle makes you feel much better for some reason. It even cures stomach aches. Now we just have to worry about the way out. And let's face off against Bogtog, the Eater of Flowers. Bogtog is a very pretty dog. It has no resistances, no other abilities really, so let's just leave it alone for now. And hope we didn't feel that. Because we just did. At least we can rest easy knowing that it will slowly deplete all of its mana. Now then, illusion, so that we won't have to worry about anything. And given that we are at 25 critical boost, we can go ahead and take out the Minx Fairy in one single hit. I hoped. Well, that was a waste. At the very least, if we do this, we can go ahead and remove that threat. Now then, that was the last of our turns where we were completely and utterly invincible, so let's just go ahead and take care of one of the threats, and then the other can go ahead and join it in being unable to hurt us. Buktuk, Eater of Flowers, you have been stopped. Let's see, 2 turns left, yes. I do love the fact that I have a DOT set up very easily, so that now I can go ahead and use my damaging attacks once more. Because so long as there's a DOT, I deal lots and lots of damage. And now I've won. Rest easy, Buktuk. The Eater of Flower had met its match. Now then, touch the bones. Guess the lucky dragon bones really do exist. Although it looks like someone else has been here already. Greetings, protagonist. Huh. Greetings again. Do I know you? You did once. You don't now. We are luck. We are key. Okay, nice to meet you. If you don't mind, I'm going to take some of these golden dragon bones and get going. So hasty, why the rush? Why not stay? We can share. We can share more than bones. We can share knowledge. We know many things that you wish to know, but we require a task. If it's all the same to you, I think I'll just take the bones and go. You cannot. We will not allow it. You must complete a task. A puzzle that we have constructed. The answer is ZXJYB3L. Are we stable? We are. We just gave her the answer. We did not. We cannot lie. There is an instability. It is not a problem. There is no problem. We are data corrupted. Okay, I've seen enough. I'm going to head out. Have fun being unstable. Data corrupted. Wait! Against my better judgment, I'm waiting. We require aid. This is one of those days, isn't it? We cannot hide it. We have an instability. Diagnostics ineffective. We have an emergency. You must enter. Find the source of the problem. Remove it.
Attempting recalibration.
I am sorry, you want me to enter? Enter what? Enter key. Explore. Find solution. For the second time today, I have to ask, how do I know this isn't a trap? You want me to magically enter your companion and fix them? This really sounds like a good way to get stuck somewhere. Key as such, the protagonist concerns.
Sitting down to prevent data loss.
Well, that's reassuring. We need your help. We will promise. We will promise data. We will promise the bones. We will promise anything. Help us. Please. I guess it's my job, isn't it? And if I can get some answers later, then that would be wonderful. We thank you. We ask that you prepare yourself. Some discomfort may be felt. Discomfort? Oh no. Let's...
Welcome to the Archive War.
It's just one of those days, isn't it? And we got the golden dragon tooth belt. So, let's go ahead and sell it. And then we can go ahead and fight in this war. Archive E189L. Welcome to the Archives War. Just say no next time, Jaina. It's not that hard. Okay, what's going on here? Welcome, user. Please announce your credentials. Credentials? I don't think I have any credentials. I see. Would you like to create a new account? Do I have to in order to enter? As a user, you must have an account to access the facility. Okay, sure, let's create a new account. Wonderful! Please announce your desired username. Jaina, I guess? Username is already in use. But my name is so special and unique. May I suggest Jaina1492? That's ridiculous. Who has the name with numbers at the end like that? I see. How about Jaina_copy? Okay, I don't think I have time for this. Sure. Great. Please announce your desired password. Password for using key sets. What's going on? Yes. Your password is too weak. Please include at least 3 numerals and 2 non-standard. What password was perfectly fine. You seem to be having trouble. Would you like to speak to a certified support operator? That was an option? Yes, please. I'm sorry I couldn't help you with your problem. Estimated wait time for our next available operator is error numerical overflow. Please enjoy the soothing music while you await for the next available operator. No, I don't want soothing music, just let me in. Let me in! I just got sucked in here to deal with some kind of instability. I don't know anything about credentials or usernames. I see. Pardon my rudeness. Welcome, maintenance staff, to Archive E189L. Oh, there we go. While your remains may not be recoverable, your sacrifice will be remembered in the archives. Great. I don't suppose you can tell me where I'm supposed to go? Scanning. Instability located in sector 9255Y. That's completely unhelpful. Do you have any more details? Pardon me, maintenance staff. Processing request. Instability in the center of the archive. You go there and fix. It's a massive maze. You can do it. No need to be patronizing. Initializing system-wide countdown. Wait, what? Everything in archive goes boom if you go too slow. Including you. You could have mentioned that earlier. System-wide mechanisms type A through ZY6 can be found in... Okay, I get it. I'm going. Have a nice day. So, support staff was completely unhelpful. Which, you know, sounds familiar. I just need to go going left, right, unless there are loops. And I'm on a timer. Just great. Welcome to Archive E189L. Let's go to the war. We unlocked the war through completing explore missions, which is just war waves with flagellums, more flagellums, and some other signs of corruption, such as a murmur, which is ever so slightly weak to fire. Another corridor cleared, but are you getting closer or farther? After a while, we found the first lock, which was a difficult quest, really. We have curators who are weak to water, amongst other things, while flagellums are weak to fire. And we got a level up, which is always nice to see. And so, as we traveled to the different... what are they called? Oh yeah, as we traveled to the different switches, we found out just what we were facing. And just how dire a threat it was. This is the broken switch, one of many, but it requires us to defeat these one by one by one. The Murmur was the enemy that combined both evil and good damage, while the Curators dealt good damage and did DOTs, and Flagellums were just pure DPS. Or DPT, really. That sometimes just so happened to also deal in stuns, I believe. one murmur down. And we have another DOT with this one. Luckily. Terribly sorry about that, by the way. We could see quite easily that you could brute force this mechanism. Just a bit. But that just a bit was just a bit enough, so we could clearly and easily just brute force the solution. Flagellum will be burned. And so, eventually 3 was the star to the left. And here we have then number 1. And the broken one, that's number 4. If I remember this correctly. The completely broken one, that is. Let's see. Yes. Darkness, I said. And then fire to deal with this one once more. You pull the lever. You pull the lever. Oh, it was the triangle. That was the... And then we pull the last lever. And we hear a clicking sound, which means that we have opened the first lock. One roadblock down, but how many remain? Well, that's easy. There's the second lock, the third lock. But first, we found the convoluted path. So, that one was hidden behind the second lock. It was the 60% unlock, I believe. So, what was the second lock? Well, you try to open the cube, but it floats menacingly out of reach. This, by the way, is also where we can find one of the only fear weapons in the game. It just happens to be shit. I do believe it involves clicking on one of these in a different part of the stage, of course, but it still involves clicking on those. I think. The cube opens as you approach, and you are able to pull out some mechanism pieces, and we have 1 out of 4 sets. And we feel better already. The flagellum. You jump and reach for the cube, but it seems to almost move higher to avoid you flailing. And so we need some way to move up there. Now then, let's hide and then deal with these so that we may easily try to walk up on that rather weird spot. I quite enjoy this music, so seeing it like this really helps. And then with this final backstab, we have won. Here we can open up a cube and pull out some mechanism pieces. Welcome to Upside Down Second Lock. High cube, by cube. Yeah, this second lock isn't quite as easy to face as the third one. It seems to mess a bit with your perceptions, really. Don't quite know why it would do that though. And we open up the third out of 4 cubes. I do believe there is a mini game to play just here. That will allow us to unlock the hero's brick. Ah, we managed to squeak over the hole in the wall. Well, let's see where this does lead us. It's a simple maze. There are most definitely harder ones. And here we can get the hero's brick. This is a brick. You are a hero. It's the hero's brick. One of the only, I think even just flat out the only weapon that does straight up fear damage. And it's a joke. It's a pure joke. I mean, I do believe that I have it, as I want a single weapon of each element at least, but I wouldn't be 100% sure of it either. But yeah, mazes. That's this Maleurous' theme. Because yes, this is a Maleurous saga. It is very specifically one Maleurous though. Lock and key together are one Maleurous. And they aren't evil. Not like Remthalas or possessed by something like Senescence was. They aren't even lonely like Mr. Nameless was. Just misunderstood. Really, that's the best way to describe them. And with the end of that, you can see why curators are so annoying. Curators deal so many hits that they will always get through your shields. And we have managed to pull out all of the mechanism pieces. Now then, we can open the door. Oh right, we're upside down. Welcome, maintenance unit. To access the sector 8812G through 1042K, please complete the mana circuit from the battery through the tubes to the receptor. Battery, mana tubes, receptor, broken piece. Nah, I don't. Due to data corrupted, the function to replace broken pieces of the circuit is not available. Please utilize the board layout. Utilize the board layout to your advantage while designing the path to the receptor. Mana flow from flow control disabled. Auto flow on. The circuitry will only allow mana to flow in one direction, and it will always travel the straightest whenever it can. It will always travel straight whenever it can. You will be assessed on your results, and the data will be reported to your superiors. It's difficult reading things upside down. Quite difficult indeed. Let's do this upside down. So, straight, broken. Straight, broken. This one. No, yes. This one can be here. Broken. This one is useful. This one is though. We need to go down somewhere. This one is useful. This one is not. This one is useful. Not. Let's see. This one is not useful in the slightest. This one is not useful at all. Not useful indeed. This one is though. This one can go here. This one can go here. This one can go here. Now then, rapidly clicking through this one here and this one here, and now we can speed up. And we have completed it. Task completed. The path forward is open. Alright. Also here, click each square and build a path from the source to the receptor. And so we completed it upside down. And now we are no longer upside down. The second log to find. And now then, there is the convoluted path open. Right. The third lock. And the broken mechanism apparently is also available. Ah. We can... This one is annoying. We can go to storage units, which we are not allowed to enter. This is a really large maze. This maintenance unit, welcome to sector 6121P. This is a designated storage area. Apologies, but you do not have the clearance to explore this sector. Please proceed directly to the exit in a timely manner. Under no circumstances are you to enter any of the storage units or short-range portals. So, let's see this map. As you can see, this is a ridiculously large maze, and clusters are ridiculously annoying. These are all over the map, and it basically comes down to portals are linked. You just don't know to where. And we do have to use the portals, even though it says we are not allowed to. The only way to reach this area is through the use of a portal. As if you follow this path all the way to the end, you will find that this path is blocked off. Also, this is not actually this area, which is annoying, but see, whoops, sorry about that. This does not actually lead to the proper path. So I will go ahead and leave this one, because I do believe that there is another path available to us. No, that's a dead end. Dead end. And a dead end. Dead ends everywhere. As you can see, I am not good at these things. I also do not know what the correct solution is for this one. Terribly sorry about that, which is even more annoying to me. So let's go ahead and enter the storage device or area that we are not to enter under any circumstances, and then we shall see what is inside there. There is corruption. I think this part of the maze is bugged. Yeah, I think so too. Luckily, we can at least instantly kill any one of the enemies we face. And this is a dead end. I prefer the other mazes, where you can at least keep track of where you are. Data required. That's Yuanta, or rather a magical image software? What's it doing here? And so we can see that there are some things here that are weird. Some things are corrupted, yes, but some things are familiar. Some things might even be more than familiar. But not always. And not in this time. That's the dead end way. Oh, whoops. Wrong one. Oh wait, no, I was going to that triangle. Which is accessible by going this way. And yes, I have in fact deliberately died in this quest to go ahead and do the easier one. A really thick book. It probably contains the mysteries of lore. Or cooking recipes. Same thing, right? Wait a minute. That book looks familiar. Another book. So many books. And magic healing over here. These books are in black and white. They must be really old. Books. The cube refuses to open, and it doesn't look edible. You think you can hide from me, books? So yeah, this is a storage space. And things are going wrong. Data is getting corrupted. And that's not good at all. This is a dead end. Why did I go here? This is a dead end as well. Again, why did I go here? So now we must go ahead. Let's see if this works. It does! Yay! Then we can go ahead and go here to look at the other storage devices, spaces, whatever. That we couldn't access before. Damn it. And so we find what is in this. Leftovers? What are leftovers doing here? Leftovers were in a different quest. Is this a magic wand of some sort? What a strange design. Red hue and pink hue. Maybe this isn't the right way after all? One of these bananas is fading in and out. Maybe it's traveling through time. That's dumb. Ah, and the container was broken. So that's probably how that leftovers got out. Because the leftovers are the result of a rather bad trip. I can't explain it otherwise. Let's see if we go here. This one, for once, is easier to navigate using the shortcuts. A shadow set. This weapon seems really uncomfortable to wield. This was one of the older designs, by the way. That is currently unavailable. Like, at all. And Time Killer. So this is a time killer crossbow, and that looks pretty rare. Yes, because that one is one of the legendary rare items. It had a plus 13 all resist, which nothing else had. Also, it's a crossbow. You don't have time for this. It's a time killer crossbow. A coffin-shaped weapon. It seems to shake occasionally. Better take a step back. And so we have visited all of these storage spaces. Yeah, we have visited them all. At least the ones that are available through here, I think. No. Let's see if I can remember how I got here though. Yay! I did it! I remembered something. Okay, let me go ahead and look up the answer to this one. Because I doubt that you'd all want me to go ahead and watch. You'd all want to go ahead and watch me do this for the next hour. Because that's about how long it took me to get over it all. The third lock. Dragonfable. Okay. There are 12 storage units. And, well, technically there are a few more. Let's see. We have found some of the easier ones, of course. The other ones are rather interesting. This is, there are 13. This one up here is a secret-ish one. It's not a conclusion though. I don't know what the third lock solution. Can I just find something with a solution drawn on it? No, I cannot. So, let's just go ahead and take the easier option. That is, we are going to not see any of the other possible solutions, because we are going possible ones, because we are going to proceed along the easy path. And I messed up once more. And so we can see just how much easier this path is, but also the fact that we would lose out on a lot of interesting lore by taking this path. The other options of the things you could see include it includes, let's see, a magisterium unit, which includes a lot of magisterium things. There's an intricate, it appears to be an intricate suit of armor. It doesn't look very comfortable, which is the magisterium golems that we fought on our way out. Then there is a creepy looking statue, which looks like the shapeless. Then there are some strange masks, which seem to be screaming, or no, a screaming contraption closing your wounds, which heals you, but also makes you a bit scared. And then the magisterium masks. So that is one of the units that we have missed. Another unit that we have missed is a random unit with a bunch of pretty sparkles inside one of them, which is a blue sphere with similar decorations to what Mana Crest had in her mana form. Then there is a hand of a peace-loving lich, and that is a half-rotten hand making the peace victory. A shepherd's crook, which, yeah, that's it. It's a shepherd's crook. An ornate mask too big for a human head, but it does look like one. And a plaque with some writing on it. You can't decipher a single glyph, however. And then there is a unit that gave me a bunch of nostalgia. It was the MechQuest unit, which included the different crests of the houses available, a training dummy made out of metal, which yeah, would blunt everyone's weapons. There's a bird with upon a crescent moon, the Mist Raven symbol, an important sigil, which was the Star Captain symbol. There was a puppy with daggers, a Wolfblade symbol, and a blue bird with some kind of Sensi symbol, which was the Runehawk symbol. Then there is the symbol of the Pectagonal Knights, which is being carried like a by an Atlas-like mech, and a sculpture of a dragon's head made of metal. So detailed, it almost looks alive, which is the head of our ally at the end of MechQuest, the giant mech dragon. Next up, there is the Blue Diamond Dodecahedron unit. Oh hey, this is a dodecahedron. It's filled with potions. Lucky. This is a box. This too is a box. A box. Don't get boxed in. Wait, this is a box. And this is just a box-shaped cube. Look at all these boxes. There are many boxes in this room, so that is what is being talked about. And then there is the Equilibria room, which features a dragon-like head, a very elaborate plaque with various shapes and colors. Maybe one of those matches match shapes children toys, it is also something that will have a lot more importance, and the center of it shows the symbol that Iwanta is worshipping. Then there are some mechanics or schematics that look intimidating, a cluster of crystals, and a spiky ball of some sort. And then there are the somewhat familiar puzzle units, which are in a different a unit which shows a bunch of puzzle pieces. And then there is the trapped creature unit with a dog trapped, a couple of gears with some faces, and a tiny gorillafant. Or maybe it's just very, very far away. And the final unit is in the top left corner of the maze. It is a chaos altar. It shows the chaos emblem from Adventure Quest Worlds. Whatever is in this case, it looks withered and inactive. It looks very well secured too by the wall stuff. And so, that is where the chaos from AQ Worlds is. That was amazing. Now, I would think we would have access to it all. Let's just go ahead and defeat them here then. Let's hope that that will unlock all of the paths, so that we can see exactly what it is we face in the convoluted path, and then the mechanism. The third lock. Okay, the final lock is then the last bit we can complete. Welcome, maintenance staff. Sector 9255Y is under maximum containment protocols. In order to proceed, you must input the correct passcode found in BZZ. First, sort in a dead-end number of rows, one step at a time. Second, a simple realignment back to the hole. Third, go backwards. Fourth, you have the answer. The answer is the key, the key, the key, the key. Fifth, 19, 21, 2, 20, 18, 1, 3, 20, 20, 8, 5, 11, 5, 25. If you then exchange this for letters and then move it a certain amount, you will get the key that is needed by way of completing it. Okay, so the final answer, the fifth key, reads subtract the key. The key was given to us in by key in the Lucky Undead, the key being ZXJYB3I, which in base 64 reads error. So, in dead-end number of rows, there were rare waves in this war, which were called dead-end waves. Sort into dead-end. sorting the cipher into oh right, and then there is this key which you sort into a dead-end number of waves, which is 3 as we were shown. Then a simple realignment back to the hole, which simply join each front, forming a new cipher in a single hole, which reads, instead of VWSGP WN NXTG OYUTN AKTTFG JJJGXF WTJZY, reads VWSGP. It reads the same thing but in a single line. Third, simply go backwards, which is rewriting it backwards. And then the key, which repeats error, 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 which is subtract the key in numerics, would give you as a final code 20 08 18 05 05 1 06 15 21 18 05 15 14 05 02 06 09 22 05 03 20 23 15 05 06 09 22 05 01 15 14 05 04. This converting it with the same cipher that we have been using for the other one, A1Z26, reads 3A 4E 1B 5C 2E 5A 1D. And that is the solution. It is 3A 4E 1B 5C 2E 5A and 1D. People successfully broke the code. I did not, I just looked up the solution. Because I am nowhere near good enough at code breaking to do this. Whatever was contained here definitely isn't anymore. It's some sort of tumor. Welcome to the infection. This is the source of the instability. It doesn't seem too aggressive. Well, I guess I should take it down if I ever want to get out of here. Here we go. That's more like it. So, we can battle it easy, normal, or extreme. Let's see what extreme is like first. It has no special resistances, deals poison damage, and we burn it. The root attempts to trap you in its threats. This is a stun. Now, you might see that we have from Toxic Vapors minus 100 avoidance. That is why I went with Illusionary Veil first. That one is not affected by getting a minus into your whatever it is, avoidance. The next one is, however, now we've got Blinding Spores affecting us. A minus 75 bonus. Oh, if only we had something that could help us deal with that. Like a plus 75 bonus. Now then. With Mental Assassination at its max. Normally I would have used that one, then this one. We need to keep it stunned. Now then, we can go ahead and blind our enemy, so that it will be less likely to hit us. Though, given that it is rather prone to hit spamming, it will still hit us a lot, unfortunately. Now then, we can use this attack for once. And we are unfortunately affected by Thread Squeeze. A slight DOT, however, it increases its power over time. Now then, since the blind alone isn't enough now that we have been affected by Toxic Vapors, and the threads squeeze tighter. The threads loosen and we are released from the grasp of the threads, which is quite nice, really. It might be able to parry our attacks, given that we have a minus 47 bonus to hit. It won't be able to avoid them all the way though, especially not when we crit. And now we have 2 unprotected hits. And even worse, we are under the effect of Toxic Vapors, which means that we can't even use our shield. Luckily, we can still attack our enemy. And as the threads loosen, we begin getting closer and closer to it. We are unfortunately under the effect of corrosion, which is why it dealt so much damage. The fact that Squeezed remembers how far it squeezed us last time also doesn't help, but... Ooh. And so we get closer and closer to being squeezed entirely. And it managed to annoy us. This is the root cause of all the problems. Luckily, we are no longer being squeezed quite as hard as we were before. Except now we are entangled. More and more and more. And we died. Unfortunate. Skip. So, we have attempted it at extreme. Unfortunately, we couldn't quite manage it. Let's attempt it at normal mode now, which should be far easier. Now then, heal and battle. So, we would, with this, make it. Unfortunately, we are immediately squeezed by threats. Luckily the threats do loosen, which means that it will be at one stack, basically. Let's see. Yes. And Paranoia Reset, which also loosens the threats just a bit. And then we can go ahead and release ourselves from the grasps of the threats. Then blind our enemy so that we may easily pierce through their powers. Ooh, we missed. That one is annoying. Yes, Blinding Spores is also active, which we can counteract and even deal more damage than, gain more bonus than it removes. And so we can now face off against the root with all its power, failing to defend against us. And we didn't even need to go too easy. There, job done. Now, how do I get out of here? Hello? Hello, protagonist? Protagonist? Oh, that's me. Yes, this is Jaina. I think I did it. Systems rebooting. Yes, all seems to be in order. You will be purged momentarily. Purged? Is there a more pleasant way to be removed? We are ready. We are. Oh, tingly. Phew. It felt like I spent a month in there. So, did it work? It did. You succeeded. We are grateful. We apologize for the heightened security measures. We suppose you have many questions. We are ready to answer them as promised. Exposition protocols activated. What are you? A complicated question. We are and were a pair of units used to store items and information. A pair among many from a larger archive lost to conflict. From the distant plains? Another place. It is not that we are uncertain. We were woken, but still are what we are. As such, we must work around the protocols that still bind us. We find puzzles to be the best way to circumvent them. So, you're a storage unit from somewhere else? That is correct. Okay, so what are you doing here? We have knowledge to share, to unlock, and we gather the interesting to store. In this case, luck is an interesting concept. We are attempting to understand it, and contain it and share it. If we are, then perhaps lucky that you were here at this time. What did I fight in there? What was the cause of the instability? For that we must apologize. You were the cause of the instability. Me? How is that possible? What do you mean? More specifically, something we took from you that you do not recall. So, can I get the axe, please? Wait, I remember now. We've met before. How could I have forgotten? We have that effect, but you will remember this. We will not take this from you, we promise. Something you took from me caused all this trouble? It was knowledge, in a sense. We borrowed some of what makes you, you. You are a very capable protagonist. We wish to learn why. It seems that your essence is not compatible with our current systems. We had a theory that was proven wrong. We must seek more information. Alright, another question. You said you were woken. What does that mean? It is why we are able to speak. It is why we are able to act. We were tasked with storing something. We could not contain it. But instead of corrupting us, we achieved symbiosis. As the Dreamfarer would say, we were freed. The Dreamfarer... Remthalas? You know Remthalas? We are aware of that being. You're members of the Maleurous. We are aware of those entities. I'm supposed to stop you, and I just saved you. Stop us from what? We are still grateful for your help. Stop you from... Maleurous is an interesting label, but on a collection of existences. The avatars do not remember why the Maleurous must be stopped. But they feel the impulse, they categorize. Can you tell me why you must be stopped? We do not need to be stopped. We are simply gatherers of data. We share the unknown to enlighten. But powerful information in the wrong hands could cause disasters. And so we find the right hands. Yours. We know great promise in you. We understand why the Dreamfarer has taken interest in you as well. I'm flattered, but I'm not really interested in being used for whatever plans you have. We do not wish to use you. We only wish to share some knowledge. We only wish to gather knowledge. When the time comes, may we depart in peace. The avatars say that you must be neutralized, but if you're not doing harm to anyone, I suppose that would mean there's nothing to stop. Well reasoned, protagonist. We pity the avatars, and willing to understand that the order has shifted. They remind us of our past selves. They do. Well, they usually teleport me to their chambers after meeting one of the Maleurous. So, I guess I can ask them about it soon. They will not. They know of us, but do not sense us. They will forget us. I see. Next time I meet them then. Be wary, protagonist. The avatars are not aware you're enemy, and neither are we. But we cannot speak for the others of the Maleurous. Keep an open mind. You should be leaving now. You have much to do. Right, I suppose I better get some of these bones back to Zorbak. We handled that well. We made a mistake. We are learning. We forgot to give her the gift. We did. We will find a way. We will. She went the wrong way. She did.
You fin-sized, overripe mucklinberry! If you don't let this go this instant, I'll curse your ears into mushrooms!
No, Zorback, we have to wait for Jaina.
What's all this then? Zorback, you promised to play nice.
Nyeh, I'm evil. You should have seen this coming. Did you bring the bones?
I did, but I'm not sure if I should give them to you now. It was a wild adventure too. I met...
No one cares. Give me the bones.
Be nice, Zorback. Jaina went quite far to find them.
Fine. Thank you for finding the bones. Can I have them, please?
Since you asked so politely, I will let you have them. But I'm overseeing the construction to make sure you don't try anything.
Nyeh.
Hey, Zorby! There you are! Zorby?
Oh no, no, hide me, Jaina, hide me now. Do you have room in your backpack?
There you are. We were wondering where our favorite dishwasher ran off to. Dishwasher? Yeah, Zorby is the best. He gets the job done fast, and then we can all sit around and play board games afterwards. Wait, Zorback said he was kicked out. What? Never. Zorback is practically an honorary guardian at this point. Guardian of the dishes, but still, he's a valuable member of the team. Well, Zorby. It looks like your story doesn't quite add up.
You don't understand, Jaina. There's so many guardians. There's so many dishes. My balls, they get wrinkly. And the soap. I hate soap.
Zorback, why don't you just summon a couple of undead to do the dishes for you? Would that be okay with the Guardians? It is a bit unorthodox. But if it gets the job done and we have our pal Zorby back, I'm sure we'll manage. There you go. You can have the lucky bones to help you with that too, Zorback. Go on then, your friends are waiting for you. And so...
Wait! My staff!
I'll mail it to you.
And so, we see the real reason why Zorback was kicked out. He kicked himself out because he wanted to avoid doing the dishes. Also, here you can get the Lock Blade, a pretty decent metal weapon. It doesn't deal quite as much damage as some others, but it has a -10 to health, which is amazing, and since it doesn't have any all resist, it doesn't offset that either. It just looks a bit peculiar. You found this peculiar weapon in your bag after a very, very long day. It seems to be carved from a single bone. Lucky. You got some answers and more questions. Lucky Maleurous, dishwashing, muglins, oh my. And we got the level 80 version. Also, we can now access the convoluted path. 1. And we face a murmur at the end of this. Also, I quite like the fact that if you use this weapon, even the end of even if it's hidden, you can always see you can always click on the orbs to change the element. And you can do this indeed. And then speed up. And so we have completed this one. Alright. And so we have completed the first part of the Maleurous to Falcon Reach Lock and Key saga. There is, of course, the request and lucky eggs. This was, by the way, the memory that was taken from us.
Hi, Jenya. Thanks for coming on such a short notice.
Not a problem. What's up?
See, I laid lucky eggs for Lucky.
Okay, but why did you lay golden eggs for Lucky?
Golden omelets!
Ah,
The Granwork took them and hid them all over Lore.
most likely. Yeah, that's what he does. What's he doing anyway? I haven't seen him in a while. Shruggy Mousy. What is it exactly that you need from me?
Find the Granwork, find my axe, eat a golden omelette. Duh! In whatever order you want.
Okay. I'll eat the golden omelette first.
You can't.
Why?
We don't have the golden eggs.
That I laid. So, is the yolk golden too, or is it just the shell that's golden?
Yes. The Granwork is most likely in my magical garden again. I would go with you, but I don't want to.
Alright, I'm on my way. So yeah, this is the Lucky Hearts Day event. It's the Lucky Day event for 2019, I think. It is always a silly time wherein we face off against creatures of various dangers and try to find the eggs that Grandwalk has hidden this time around. Of course, it wasn't quite Grandwalk who hid it this time around. Also, yeah, this music loops very awkwardly, even though this music loops in its own writing. So yeah, this is an annoying place to play through with music, but I am not going to turn off the music for that alone. Now, if it was like in AQ3D, where you can have literal 5-second segments that are looping, then I would go ahead and do it. But yeah, let's not.
Aw, don't cry, Big Eye. What happened?
A weird guy threatened to take the yellow eggs and hide them so that heroes find them and smile.
That's not what I was told. Continue.
So I thought to myself, hey, this is a good
I will teach Junior how to hide eggs so that heroes can find them and smile. But then two other weird people bonked me on the head and took the eggs before I could hide them. They said they'd hide them themselves! Can you believe it? Yes I can. People can be very rude. Do you know where these two people hid the golden eggs? Yes, they gave me hints. How considerate of them. Alright, I'm off to find the eggs. And smile after finding them. Okay. Take Junior with you, please. Okay. And you can take Junior. Get Grandma Junior, who deals damage and it's free, so why not? And you can also store him in the bank, where Grandma Junior will be cared for very well. And we can now see exactly where the golden eggs are hidden. This one is stuck between, enter the box you go, machines long forgotten. We've got some work to do now. Families in conflict, near where wolf riders prowl. It finds a way. The sweetest quest, black and white movies, and head north. Now then, those are all different characters, really. They are all different difficult talking. These are all different quests and they all lead to different places. Let's see where they exactly are. Golden Egg Hunt Dragonfable. Okay, yeah. So this is a rock and a dark place is where the first one is hidden. A rock and a dark place, I believe. Was somewhere here. Let me just go ahead and look up where these all are. That one we can find whenever rather, because that one is here. Well, in here, really. It is, namely, where Swordhaven and Falcon Reach connect, and Wolf Riders prowl. Let's see if I remember the route correctly. Yes, it is. You found one of Cicero's golden eggs. What a strange shape for an egg. And so we have found the first one. The second one is in the quest A Rock and a Dark Place, which requires you to have completed it. It's in Willowshire. It is the Earthorb Saga, to be exact. Right to Fortuna. Quests. A dark place is the one. This quest we have already completed, so we can go ahead and find out exactly what it is we are facing here. Also, we can look and see just how good little Granwalk Jr. is. And yes, this is what we will be doing for the last part of this stream, because I don't particularly mind doing this, and with it being completed, we will have completed just another part of the story, really. And here we have another one of the eggs. And so we can leave again. Next up is Blood Feud, I believe. No, it's Into the Box. Which is with the Maleurous Amityville Book 3 storyline. Which I don't know if we have done yet. I know that we have done the Amityville storyline. But have we done the Maleurous storyline? Quests. No, we have not. And thus, we will see what next week's intermission is. Let's go ahead and check out what other ones we can find then. We can find in Dark Devices the next one. The Thorns, Dark Devices. Ah, the skip button has loaded in. Oh right, this one isn't actually weak to fire. For whatever weird reason. Well, light works just as well. And then with these we can just final it up. I love this Christmas music here. So yeah, this is just a golden egg hunt, really. And so we can go ahead and find all of the pieces we need. And then when we are done, well, almost done, because we will need to do the intermission that is Maleurous' box first. Light. Good little one, Granwalk. Good little Granwalk Jr. Down here it was? No, that one is always so weird. Oh right, he has a bacon resistance. For once it is relevant that these do have a bacon resistance, which is rather weird to me because it's usually not relevant at all. But well, normally I don't have a bacon pet. Oh well, I normally have the dragon, which can be a bacon pet. I just never use bacon pet. I always love it when there is some of that whimsical music going on in the background to skip. And Granwalk Jr. is awesome again. Not that that is much of a surprise, because Granwalk Jr. is just cute-ish. And now we can finally leave this quest. And then from here, I do believe that's just leaving the quest, yes. So we have completed Dark Devices. Noobie Noobie Noob is a 1 in Emptyville, book 1 to be specific. It is, yeah, Mysterious LLC. This is a Noobie Noobie Noob, where are you? I've got some reds to kill now. So yeah, this is a an unofficial Scooby-Doo crossover, wherein we take the role of Shaggy and Fluffy takes the role of Scooby. And we are done. It's not a bad quest, it's just full of book 1 humor. And that's not my favorite. Then there's Blood Feud, which is book 3 Emptyville, which I quite enjoy. Quests, Blood Feud. Also, werewolf. I do believe I just sold my silver weapon, which is annoying. Not dangerous or anything, since these are still semi-weak to light. But if this had been fully lore accurate, they would have actually gotten a slight resistance to light. Given that these are, you know... Okay, gender change in about 2 seconds. Great job there. But yeah, these are all weaker to the silver than to light, which is why you want light here. Silver here, I mean. Actually, I think I might be rich enough. No, I'm not rich enough. I'm nowhere near rich enough. But I am high level enough in order to use the 100k scythe. Not the fully upgraded one, but it is the best source of silver damage outside of the inn. because in the end there are 3 weapons, based on whatever your main stat is, that deal silver damage. These are amazing. As in, really amazing. The only weapons that deal more damage are the Verraad and Uragiri, which both, by the way, mean betrayal. And Verraad is Dutch for betrayal, to be exact. And those come with the downside of making you an enormous glass cannon. It is also the weapon of choice for my general questing as a Chaos Weaver with Irene. Irene being my main character, who is also my my profile picture, and has some relatively well-developed lore surrounding her that I will continue to work on someday. Now then, at the end of this quest, these quests I mean, Life Finds a Way, Sweetest Thing, Die Another Day, and North. Though maybe not North. Okay, no, North is available. I thought it was a quest from the True Mortal Saga, which would be annoying, to put it mildly, because the True Mortal Saga is boring and long, really long, as in I could spend that time I did today doing a single quest and I probably wouldn't get anywhere. I still love these elite vampire dresses, and I would love to wear one. Now then, let's go ahead and go back because we have completed this quest. Or well, we have completed the quest as far as we require it to be completed. Now then, the next one is not in the anomaly, but you can do it from the anomaly, so let's go up north. Up north. I should have made Fluffy light. Back, elementalize towards light. Terribly sorry about that. Dragonfable. Let's see where this one leads. It leads nowhere because no one actually. Ah. This was, by the way, what the Hoarder in a rather different quest was like. I don't know if I have shown you all the Hoarder quest yet, but it was amazing and fun. Now then, after this quest, I guess, we will go ahead. Or not. I guess that works too. Oh right, these are slightly resistant to it. To light. So that's north quest done. Then there is Die Another Day from Ash. And there is a Surgeon one. So, let's go. Oaklore. It is the honey quest, right? Yes, it is. And yes, this is a low-level quest. And so it is a low-level threat. But it is where we can find our next golden piece. And the sweetest thing is just a fun little design quest. If only we did more with those creatures. Then there is in this Falcon, in Book 1 Falcon Reach, the quest Colorless Die Another Day. Which we found here. And this quest is easy, of course. It's not at the junk site. Oh no. Fluffy can go ahead and take care of that. I do want to see some of these creatures again. Not a lot though. Like the Thistlocks we've seen again, and I want to see their new design more, because that new design just looks so much cooler. The Burlap, for example, can, you know, be relegated to one of the funny stories, but the Voltragon is a fun one. And then, as the last one that we can do, Life Finds a Way in Sherwood Forest. Let's see how far into this we go. Because that is one dead desert thug. And then we will have all but the last bits. And the last bit will be next week, where I will dedicate an entire episode to it. Which will be fun. It's not here. Great. Well, that was a mistake. So it's not here, then it will be further along the path. Not too far though. And so we will find it all. And with a quick reminder of exactly where he is supposed to be, let's see just how easily we defeat a desert thug. See, a slight weakness to darkness. And a high resistance to light. Oh, and a bullshit amount of damage. But, you know, that was already expected. And now we can stun this one, right? Yes, we can. Let's heal up a bit. And then we can take out these cards. No, nothing here. And this isn't where we want to go either. So then, there is but one place to go. And here we have one of Cicero's golden eggs. Let's see if this is the shortcut to the... place I remember. No, it's not. Then we can go ahead and walk back because I don't want to watch the entire cutscene again. Since the skip button wasn't implemented in this quest yet. And so we have almost the entire thing unlocked. What thing am I talking about? Why? It's but a nice poem, of course. It's just not quite arranged correctly. So, with this, we decide to end today's stream, and next week we will do the Maleurous saga in Emptyville. I will see you then. Have a good time.